Okay, so what we're trying to accomplish right now on this video is to go through some of the questions that we highlighted here. So letter D, E, I, and then the K. Okay, so let's start off with letter D. On page, it's not good. Start with a blue. So this is for number 1D. Okay. Number 1D looks like this. 5/6 times negative 2/3 plus 8/3 brackets minus 5/12. Okay. Now, as you can see here, there are multiple operations in this question. That's why it's kind of we gotta do it slowly but surely. I'm gonna write down the word BEDMAS in here so we can focus on what are we gonna do first. What do we do first? Yeah, we're gonna work out the brackets, and inside the brackets there's an addition there, right? So once we do the brackets, then we're also gonna tackle the addition. What else is in here? Yeah, multiplication happens right there, and subtraction. Okay, so let's tackle the brackets in here. So when you look at that inside the brackets, just focusing on that piece, it says addition. How do we add fractions? Denominator has to be the same, and they are, so that's a good thing, right? Okay, good. So the rest of the parts, I'm just gonna recopy so I don't lose them. Okay, now here, negative 2/3 plus 8/3, what does that equal to? It's gonna be 6/3 minus 5 divided by 12. Okay, so here we've actually tackled the brackets, which is also the addition piece. The next step would be, it says multiplication. Multiplication, that means these two. And how do we multiply? Okay, we don't need to have to, we don't have to, yeah, we don't have to have the same denominator. Okay, we don't have to do the same denominator. Okay, what do we do with multiplying? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Okay. But another thing that we could do here is that we could reduce. Do you see something that could be reduced?
Yeah.
The 6. We can cross reduce the 6. How many 6 are in 6? 1. How many 6 in a 6? 1. So that's cross reducing. So now what happens? Okay, it becomes, I always do that, 5/1 times 1/3. So let's do that. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Minus 5/12. Okay. So far so good. Okay. The next step is subtraction. Subtraction. How do we subtract? We need to have the same denominator. Okay. How do we make them the same denominator? How do we make them the same? Our lowest common denominator is 12, right? 12. How do you know it's 12? How do you know it's 12? Yeah, you're going to look at the lowest common multiple, LCM. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And the other one is 12, 24. Your lowest is 12. Okay. So this is already 12. We don't have to worry about that one. This one here needs to be 12. So multiply by 4 fourths. Multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4. Let's rewrite that. What would that be? 5 times 4, which is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. Minus 5 twelfths. Okay, next one. 20 over 12 minus 5 over 12, which is 15 over 12. Okay.
By 5.
So from here, we could divide by 3. We can reduce to divide by 3.
5.
Divide by 3. Divide by 3 to reduce.
5 over 4.
So it's going to be 5 over 4. Okay. You can leave as 5 fourths. If you want to extend it a bit, you realize, oh, this is an improper fraction, right? So you do a divide. 5 divided by 4 is 1. Remaining is 1
Over
4. 1 and 1 fourths. Okay. The back probably says 5 fourths. Okay. Yeah, just do it like step at a time. I said don't take a shortcut. Like even I don't like shortcuts on this because it's easy to make a mistake if I do shortcuts. Okay, good? You okay? Is it okay to do letter E now? Yeah? Let's do letter E. Number 1E. What does the number 1E look like? Negative 2/3 divided by 1/4 plus 1/2 times 1/3. What are the operations that you see there? We see the division, we do multiplication, and addition. Yeah, let's do that. So we see it's okay if you write this down. I see division, I see multiplication, and addition. So we're going to do division first. So how do we divide? We said that the rule for division would be the same thing as multiplying the reciprocal. So multiply by the reciprocal. So you keep the first fraction, negative 2/3. We're going to change that to multiply the reciprocal. So that would become 4 over 1. And then the rest, I'm just going to rewrite so I don't lose them. Okay? Well, I didn't really divide. What I just did was change the dividing to multiplication. Now I got to do multiplication. How do we multiply? What's the rule? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So can we reduce? No? Okay, so we'll just multiply. Numerator times numerator, so that makes it negative 8. Denominator times denominator, that makes it 3. Plus, okay, this is also multiplication. I could do that all in the same line. Numerator times numerator is 1. Denominator times denominator, that makes it 6. Okay. That part. Now, what do you think we should do next?
Make the denominators the same.
Yeah. Lowest common denominator, right? This one, they're not the same denominator, so we have to make them the same. And how do we do that? times 2, yeah. Lowest common denominator is 6, so multiply this by 2, by 2. Okay. Don't start calculating right here. Just rewrite it first, okay? Because I know some people, like, they try to work it out right away. Just rewrite it. Negative 8 times 2, negative 16 over 6 plus 1 over 6. Okay. Next, negative 16, 6 plus 1 over 6. That's going to give us negative 15 over 6. Okay, can we reduce this? Yeah. Okay, how?
5.
Divide by 3. Yeah. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Okay. So 15 divided by 3, that makes it 5. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. And then the negative still there. Okay. You can leave it like this, negative 5 halves, or well, what can we do? This is called an improper fraction. So divide. So it's going to be negative 2 and 1 half. Is that okay? Yeah. Step at a time. Is it getting better? Yeah? Yeah? Is it okay to move to the next one? Letter I. Yeah? I. Number 1, I. Ooh. Okay, number 1, I. What is going on in here? And then there's an A there. So get rid of that A. It's I. Negative 4.5 plus negative 2 over 3 times 2 3/4. Okay, good. What's the first thing that we gotta do?
First mixed fraction is what it's called.
I really like how you're using the right wording, because it makes a whole lot of difference to actually say, you know, like wording makes it, yeah, the way you describe it. Say that again, Noah.
Turn the mixed fractions into an improper fraction.
Correct. Good. Turn the mix. So how do we do that? Multiply and add, right? So I'm gonna stick the negative there. So when I do the changing, I don't consider the negative here. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So negative 9 halves. Plus, well, this one here is just negative 2/3. I'll put it inside the brackets. Times, it's gonna be 8 plus 3, 11/4. Good. So this is called an expression. So you want this line to be equal to this line. That's why I put equal sign across this side here. Okay, this is an mathematical expression. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Somebody would like to describe next? Multiply. Okay, multiply. That happens here, right? So I'm just gonna rewrite this one. I'll deal with that later. What is this one equal to?
By 2, 1 by 2.
Okay. So Miss Finn is suggesting something. And you're suggesting what?
Just simplify.
Simplify by cross-reducing, I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Okay. So he would like to cross-reduce these two to make the product like a smaller number, right? Yeah, could we do that? Yeah, so they could be divided by 2. So this is 1. This is 2. Okay, now let's go ahead. 1 times 11 is 11. 3 times 2 is 6. But I gotta put the negative there. Okay, good. Now we're down to just adding. What are we gonna do? Gotta have the same denominator. So our LCM is 6. So multiply this by 3. Multiply this by 3. That makes it
27.
negative 27 over 6 plus negative 11 over 6. That's gonna give us what?
Negative 38.
Negative 38 over
6.
6. Okay, so what can we do here?
Divide.
Yeah, you could divide
2.
by 2, reducing, right? Yeah, let's do that. Divide by 2. That's going to give us negative 19 over 3. Okay? You can leave it like that, or you can change an improper fraction to a mixed. So what would that be?
6 and 1/3.
So negative 6 and a third. Good.
Can you show us how to do it if we didn't cross reduce
If we don't cross reduce it here?
it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Big.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens, it's a good question, like what happens if we don't cross reduce? Yeah, that's okay. We'll have to reduce later, okay? I'm gonna put it side by side so you can compare it. Okay. So I'm just gonna pick up this step all the way down. So get rid of this BEDMAS word. Okay, so you got the side by side solution. So negative 9/2 plus negative 2/3 times 11/4. Okay, so the question is, how do we solve this without cross-reducing it? So go ahead, multiply this. That's going to be negative 9/2 plus,
22
this is going to be negative 2 times 11, so that's negative 22
over 12.
over 12. Okay, so if you reserve the reducing at the end, this one here, we have to have the same denominator, multiply by 6, multiply by 6, multiply by 6. That's going to give us negative
56.
54. Yeah.
Sorry.
Close. No, it's okay. Yeah. Plus negative 22 over 12. Okay. Now from here, negative 54 plus negative 22, that's going to give us negative 76 over 12. Okay. So negative 76 over 12, I could go, okay, by 4. Yeah, by 4. Divide by 4. Like for me, oh,
4.
okay, I meant 4. For me, I didn't think of 4 right away. I was like thinking, oh, they're both even. I could divide by 2. I could do that. I could divide it by 2, and it's like, oh yeah, it still can be reduced by another 2. You do that. But if you recognize that it could be divided by 4, so it's going to be negative 19,
Yeah.
okay, divided by
3.
3. So you get the same answer. But can you see where I got stumped? that I feel like I had to pull up my calculator or do a side calculation here to figure that out, is because it just got so big. Well, not super big, but kind of big. Whereas here, we kept all the numbers very manageable. Yeah, but we got the same answer. That's a good thing. Okay, that's good. And we're letter K. Are we helping anyone here? You're not? Yeah? Everyone's okay? Yeah? Okay. Wow. Yeah, this one is quite big. 4 fractions, some mixed fraction, whole number. Okay, what are we gonna do first?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, put the 1 in the denominator, so everybody has a denominator, right? Okay. So we can change mixed to improper. Very good. So negative 3 over 1 divided by negative 4 over 5 plus negative 5 over 12 times, what would this be?
3 over 2.
3 over
3 over 2. Good. Okay, what's the next step?
division.
Division. So I see the division here. The division says we had to multiply reciprocal. So negative 3 over 1 multiply reciprocal. So that's going to be 5 over 4. We can keep the negative in the top. Plus, I'm going to rewrite everything. Ooh. Good thing I caught that right away. Okay, what's next? Yeah, so we multiply here, and this is also multiply, so we could do it all in the same line, right? Yeah, very good. So tell me what this one would give, what you would get for this one. 15 over 4, okay? Plus, okay, negative 15 over 24. Okay. Can I say
Minus.
0?
No.
Can I go, oh, that's 0? I see 15 and negative 15, 0. Yeah, you gotta make denominator the same. How do you make denominator the same? Is
Teacher, why
Yeah.
not, why not cross reduce that one? 5 over 12, 3 over 2.
oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
easy
could
way.
cross it. Yeah, we could cross reduce this and this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
1, 4.
4.
Even, yeah.
Yeah.
8.
So
So
that becomes negative 5
over 8.
over 8. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Easy way.
You can
I could do that.
do that.
Yeah,
Or I
easy.
could do that here.
You can do that.
Mhm.
15 versus is 5 and versus 8.
Yeah, so this could be negative 5 over
Not 8.
8. Yeah, or
Yeah.
reduce it here.
Easy way.
Yeah, I actually didn't see it. Thank you. Okay, what are we gonna do next?
LCM. 8.
Multiply by 2. So that's gonna give us 30 over 8 plus negative 5 over 8. It's gonna give us 25 over 8. Can I reduce that one?
Yes.
Yeah, have a seat. Okay, that's gonna be 3 and 1/8. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, Yeah, so take it a step at a time. Okay.